Report out of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in. Make sure you check out blackfilesnews.com/shop to support the movement. You get yourself a green Earth Day hoodie just like this one with the logo on it, but we got the logo in different colors too. And we got gear in different colors, shapes, and sizes, y'all. Match anything in your wardrobe on guard them, you know what I mean? Make sure you check out blackfilesnews.com/opportunities as well if you want to do some business with us, advertising and all of that. We're going to keep this train going. We're going to be self-supported, so they don't try to silence us at the blink of an eye. Like, we gonna keep the lights on. You dig what I'm saying? Now check this out though. 282,000 deaths due to COVID-19 right now. That is the death toll for this Rona that's taking place throughout 2020. You know what I mean? It's devastating numbers. Do keep in mind though, we are in a nation that's like over 350 million people in the United States, but that's still a lot of fucking people. I don't know no situation where something just came out of nowhere and started taking the lives of hundreds of thousands of people. Nevertheless, we are now with infection total that's actually approaching 15 million. And we're getting at like 200,000 new infections per day, 100,000 hospitalizations we're at. And right now, the 911 systems and the emergency line systems, the hospitals are all reaching a breaking point. Everybody need to stay on guard. Green Wall and Graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So, shit is getting crazy over in California, where you had Governor Gavin Newsom actually putting strict lockdown measures on San Francisco and 4 other counties in the Bay Area, basically to prevent the spread of COVID-19 because the infections are rising. Even though the numbers didn't meet his threshold for even instituting these lockdown measures. I guess he was trying to do so preemptively, or maybe there's a conspiracy behind it. I don't know, but that is what happened. And under these new orders, hair salons, spas, theaters, museums, and bars and sports venues, they all need to be closed down. Then you're talking about restaurants are only going to be available for takeout and delivery, and that makes it to where 85% of Californians are under some sort of like stay-at-home order at the moment. So on the flip side, not on the flip side, but over in DC, across the country, you had fucking Trump's personal lawyer, former mayor of New York City, racist motherfucking Rudy Giuliani. Don't get it twisted. You were racist, bro, if you're watching this, because we know about that stop and frisk shit. Ain't no numbers to back that shit. But nevertheless, he actually contracted COVID-19. You know what I mean? His goofy ass, you know what I mean? But, that's for all the Republicans. So even if he wanted to be smart about it, which I don't think he wants to, he's a pathological liar. But nevertheless, he still contracted it, and the Republicans, for some reason, they just tend to have this culture where they're not worried about COVID-19. But that's dumb. Since March, though, it also came out that 1,000 unaccompanied child refugees that are actually in United States custody have also contracted COVID-19. Green Wall and Graduation. Report out the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So on Friday, the Labor Department actually released a report showing that during November, only 245,000 jobs were actually added to the economy. That is half of the number of jobs that were actually added back in October. Mind you, we're supposed to have a lot of jobs added because a lot of them were apparently like taken away due to COVID-19 and everything shutting down and all of that, whatever. So we definitely need these numbers to be up. Keep in mind that as these upcoming weeks, definitely by the end of 2020, once the ball dropped, a lot of these like stimulus packages that was set up to like protect like the Americans and all of the small businesses and keep everybody afloat, a lot of this shit is set to expire. You know what I'm saying? You got student loans out there, like unless motherfuckers actually revise these rules or go back to the table and pass some of this legislation, people gonna be even worse off than they are right now, and it's pretty bad. Green Wall and Graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report, man. Make sure you check out my mixtape, Still I Grind. That's a prelude to the album that's actually on the way, but you can find a mixtape at still_I Grind on Instagram. It's not on no website or whatever, but there's a link in the bio that can actually take you to the YouTube video where you can just watch it straight, 24-minute runtime, straight heat, me bombing on other people's beats or whatever. But when you go to the actual Instagram page, you'll see freestyles I actually been releasing recently that actually, you know what I mean, I'm giving y'all bars, I'm giving y'all flow, I'm giving y'all content heavy, like, and light, and all of that, you know what I mean? So, you know, I really do this shit despite just giving y'all this real with the news. Now, let's bring it back to the news sector. Right now, globally, we have topped 67 million coronavirus disease 2019 infections and 1.5 million deceased due to that Rona. You know what I'm saying? Then you got places like Iran. Their death toll actually topped 50,000 this past weekend. So they're actually putting measures in place to curb the restriction, like, you know, curfews and travel restrictions. Over in South Korea, one of the countries that had like fought it effectively in the beginning, earlier in the back in the spring or whatever, they're actually putting in new measures as well, shutting down after they've been seeing spikes. So they're shutting down, like, you know, karaoke bars and gyms and all of that shit closing. So, you know, it's spiking everywhere. Green War and graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So over in Argentina, their Senate has actually passed what's being called the millionaires tax. This is like basically a one-off tax on the country's like richest 12,000 people, and it's expected to generate about 3.7 billion US dollars that'll actually help the government fight the spikes that they're seeing and, you know, the coronavirus battle, and then help, you know, support, sustain, level out the economy. We'll see how that turns out though. The United States though might want to take some motherfucking notes. And, you know, we don't even have to go to the 12,000 richest people. We could just go to like Jeff Bezos, man. Cut that shit in half. You got 30 billion you could get a government just off top. Like, give me a fucking break. You Bill Gates, you know what I mean? Take the 100 of the richest motherfuckers over here, you know what I'm saying, and actually stimulate the economy. But y'all ain't trying to have that convo. Green War and graduation. For the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So while over here in America, you got vaccine companies like Pfizer, BioNTech with their coronavirus vaccine waiting for emergency use approval by the Food and Drug Administration, the FDA. Abroad, you know, you got some countries that's already getting it cracking right now. Like over Bahrain has actually become the second country to approve of the Pfizer BioNTech coronavirus disease vaccine. They are second behind the United Kingdom, who actually is set to administer their first doses this Tuesday, tomorrow. Like, so they getting it jumping already. Keep in mind, Boris Johnson, the prime minister over there, he actually contracted COVID-19. Well, shit, President Trump did over here as well. So, nevertheless, it's was seen as crazy over there, and I guess they trying to get to it. Then you have countries like over in Russia, and Moscow is actually set to administer their first vaccines this week of the Sputnik 5 or the Sputnik V that they had in development, that they said is like 95% effective at combating COVID. But nevertheless, they are actually giving out doses in a national. They gave them to clinics all throughout the weekend, where this week they're gonna administer a national voluntary coronavirus vaccine program. Over in Indonesia, they actually just got their first shipment of a Chinese manufactured vaccine by Sinovac Biotech. And then over in India, you have them actually getting their coronavirus disease vaccines from AstraZeneca. Oxford University came together and made a vaccine that their major manufacturer said they're going to have on the shelves over there in India by March, which is like the first sign that this would be actually like a publicly available on the market vaccine that somebody could buy. Now, the World Health Organization director, Adhanom Ghebreyesus, he actually is saying, Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus, he's actually warning against basically saying it needs to be treated, these vaccines need to be treated like public goods, and that, you know, we can't just have it to where the rich are out here, the rich and the powerful, just buying up all the vaccines, and the poor is out here able to, you know, not able to get any vaccines or whatever. So, you know, it shows that they're going to try to make it very publicly available to the poor. And you have even some countries like over here in the US where they trying to give it to the poor people first, you know what I'm saying? So everybody stay woke about that shit. But on the flip side, you have the World Health Organization warning that vaccines does not equal zero COVID. And of course not. This report of the New World Order, Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Files News Report. So, you know, on January 5th, they're actually having a runoff election in Georgia for the senators
race. You're talking about Kelly Loeffler, the incumbent Republican senator, is going to be facing off against Reverend Raphael Warnock, black man for the Democrat side, and then you got David Perdue, the other incumbent Republican senator, racing against John Ossoff, the Democratic challenger. Now, they actually had debates this on Sunday, and it's crazy because David Perdue didn't even show up. Now, this him not showing up is kind of like a protest because they're still accusing the Georgia government of like not having a safe and fair election. Nevertheless, you had John also basically just on stage with himself. You know what I mean? At a podium, with an empty podium next to him. Then you had Loeffler. She actually went back and forth with Warnock, and didn't admit that Trump had lost the election, whatever. Meanwhile, the day before on Saturday, Trump actually was in Georgia rallying on behalf of Loeffler and Perdue. And crazy thing is, he spent the whole rally, like a lot of it, whatever's claiming that he won the November election, even though the numbers don't show it and the investigations don't show it. I mean, how many people got to say you didn't lose? I mean, you didn't win. You know what I'm saying? But he also went at Republican Governor Brian Kemp. Interesting thing about Brian Kemp is that when Kemp ran for governor of Georgia against, AUC alumna Stacey Abrams, and I gotta say that because I'm an AUC alumna. You dig? Atlanta University Center. You know what I mean? She went to Spelman with the Morehouse. You dig? But nevertheless, she Abrams had accused Kemp of like basically tampering with the numbers because he was the Secretary of State at the time and had the power to do so, and it was just evidence that there was legitimate voter fraud. And it's crazy because most of the voter fraud that we even see that actually makes mainstream and is able to be proven and fact checked does come from the right wing, and I'm speaking objectively because I don't really fuck with either party, so I'm keeping it a stack with you. Nevertheless, you have so the irony is twisted where now you have Trump and the Republican senators or whatever coming at Kemp. Trump specifically was saying that was attacking him, and earlier tried to call him earlier that Saturday to actually essentially bring the state legislature back in session so they could get Republican electors to basically overturn the results of the election. If you don't know what I'm saying, it's because of how our political system is set up. The Electoral College, the electors that are picked at these state conventions, and I break this down on BFN World Broadcast number 6. You know what I mean? You can check that out on blackfoxnews.com/broadcast, or you can either look it up on youtube.com/blackfoxnews. Nevertheless, the electors actually do not essentially have to, they can vote against the will of the people, if they feel like there's some extenuating circumstances or whatever. So he's trying to get Kemp to do that, and Kemp actually refused to do so. And I thought that was very interesting, y'all. They really gonna try to overturn these elections. So, shit ain't over, it seems like, as far as what's coming from Trump and his supporters. Greenville and graduation. Report out of the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So Joe Biden's transition is actually underway despite Trump's efforts to still say that he won the election. You have Joe Biden actually set to meet with the White House chief vaccine advisor this week. But also he's actually chosen a leader for the Department of Health and Human Services, and that's going to be the California Attorney General Xavier Becerra. Now, this is somebody who in the past was the first Latino to serve on the Ways and Means Committee, a Los Angeles Congress member, but most recently, he's the Attorney General of Cali, and has filed over 100 lawsuits against Donald Trump, including ones that had to do with immigration and environmental policies or whatever. He had led the fight against Trump and Republicans that were trying to get rid of the Affordable Care Act. Him and 20 other states. So this is somebody that's shown themselves to actually be for the people. So it has shown interest in Medicare for all in the past. it seems like a good pick. Aside from the many corporate funded, more apathetic, non-progressive Democrats that Joe Biden has seemed to be choosing to be in his cabinet. Green War and graduation. For the other new world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. I had to bring shit indoors, but we're gonna keep it going though. House Democrats have actually voted for New York Congressmember Gregory Meeks, black man, to actually be the new chair of the House Foreign Affairs Committee. He will be the first African American to actually serve in that position, beating out Joaquin Castro of Texas, who is seen as progressive. Meeks has actually been called out for like his support of like trade deals, including like the Colombia Free Trade Agreement, and has actually been seen as being linked and in cahoots with like Colombian politicians that are actually on the right wing and serve like right wing paramilitaries and pro-corporate agendas. So we will see how his appointment turns out, but it's still black men making ground. You know what I mean? Green War and graduation. What out of the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So a federal judge on Friday has ordered the Trump administration to restore DACA. A lot of my Hispanic people know what DACA is, Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals. This will allow 300,000 young people in the U.S. to actually apply for DACA for the first time. DACA being set up for undocumented children that were actually brought here, or undocumented people that were actually brought here as children to protect them from deportation and grant them work permits or whatever. Like, mind you, when it was implemented in 2012, this actually has since allowed 700,000 people who were in that situation, granting them protection from deportation and work permits or whatever. So in 2017, when Trump tried to like end this landmark legislation, you had you're talking about throwing the lives of like a ton of families into uncertainty. So when it came down to this ruling on Friday, now you have 300,000 people that will actually be able to apply for it for the first time, and it also restores work permits to 2 years, allowing people to actually travel abroad for business or whatever, even before their application is approved. So it grants people some leeway to actually support themselves and their families. So restoring humanity on some level. I'm sure the critics gonna have shit to say about it, but that's what it is. Green War and graduation. What out of the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So on Friday, the House of Representatives for the United States, shout out to them, they actually voted for the MORE Act, which will basically decriminalize marijuana on a federal level, and it will expunge all non-violent drug offense crimes. And people, expunge the records of people who've actually been caught up in that or whatever. The MORE Act. So, we need to get this shit passed by the Senate, signed off by the president or whatever. We'll see how that turns out. But it also calls for a 5% sales tax on all marijuana products to actually be reinvested in communities that were disproportionately hit by the so-called war on drugs, and it'll be done so through like job training, through grants, and community building projects, as well as like substance abuse treatment and legal aid regarding it. So shout out to all of the Congress members that actually voted for that. Shout out to Barbara Lee, California Congresswoman, black woman, who actually co-sponsored the bill, who actually spoke on the House floor and was talking about how like disproportionately this affected black and brown communities, this whole war on drugs and the criminalization of marijuana, despite there being similar usage between colored people and white people. You know what I'm saying? People of color, whatever. We ain't in the 60s. Fuck, I'm talking about colored people. But nevertheless, that's where we at with it, man. Green War and graduation. What out of the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Peru, you actually had a lot of contesting going against this bill, this agricultural law that actually had been put in place, which sought to increase agricultural exports at the expense, apparently, of the wages of farm workers and in worsening their work conditions. Now, even though it would have greatly benefited corporations. So there were roadblocks and demonstrations all across Peru by like farm workers or whatever, and it even led to there being one protester that was killed on Thursday when police had actually opened fire against a crowd of protesters. So what happened was lawmakers have actually what happened on Friday, you had the country's interim president, Alejandro Sagasti, who actually sent a bill to Congress to actually revoke the bill, and the bill has since by lawmakers been repealed. Green Wall graduation. And it just goes to show, let me say, when you want some change, you might have to die for that shit, y'all. Green Wall graduation. Put out in the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So, mourners are actually gathered on Saturday for the funeral of Palestinian teenager Ali Abu Aliyah. This is actually somebody who was shot in the stomach by Israeli security forces during a protest at the occupied West Bank that took place on Friday. Now, you have Palestinian officials that are actually calling this a war crime, and the European Union delegation for Palestinians is calling for an investigation into the matter. And they actually even put out a tweet basically saying, like, children are supposed to be protected under international law. Like, how many children need to be killed by Israeli security forces? Like, and I could say personally, as the person that's been doing the BFN report for Black Fox News for the past couple of years, the numbers just seem staggering as far as how many people via protests end up killed by these Israeli security forces. And trust me, they might try to say that it's like, oh, well, we're being attacked or whatever. It'll be like, it's more of a retaliation by the Palestinians that y'all might kill, they might kill one Israeli, and then you have the Israeli security forces that turn around and kill a bunch of Palestinians. So it's like, the disparity is very clear. And y'all might consider this like a statement of BDS or whatever, but if you got some alternative, if you got some facts that disprove what I'm saying, present them. Otherwise, then you need to take this shame that come with that, man. It's fucked up. Green Wall graduation. Report out in the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. Over in Yemen, we're talking about a place that's already experiencing one of the worst humanitarian crises in the world, arguably the most, at the top of the list of countries that are experiencing a humanitarian crisis. They're experiencing famine due to war, disease, climate crisis, or whatever. They have fighting that's going on, hence the war part, that's actually exacerbating these issues and exacerbating the need for people to get assistance. On Thursday alone, you had an artillery attack on an industrial compound in the port of Hodeidah that actually took the lives of 8 civilians and injured 13 others. Now, the government there, which is backed by Saudi Arabia, they actually blamed the Houthi rebels for the deaths. Now, mind you, there's been a lot of infighting between the Saudi-backed government, via Saudi Arabia or whatever, and also the Houthi rebels, which are considered to be like, the rebel forces in Yemen that are trying to protect the country from, invasion via Saudi Arabia. And keep in mind, Saudi Arabia is backed by the United States. Nevertheless, though, the United Nations is warning that about 80% of Yemen's 30 million people are in need of assistance. And the director for the World Food Program, David Beasley, has actually said on Friday that Yemen's at the top of the list of countries that we need to provide for and look out for as they go through this humanitarian crisis. Keep in mind that David Beasley also said that internationally, it looks like 235 million people across the world will be in need of humanitarian assistance, and that is a 40% increase from just 2020. So it's obviously a record. And keep in mind, the World Food Program, that's some people to listen to. They actually about to win the Nobel Prize on Thursday, which is International Human Rights Day. So we'll see how all of this turns out, man. Green Wall and graduation. Report out in the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So over in Venezuela, you have the president there, Nicolas Maduro, who actually has claimed victory in parliamentary elections. Now, keep in mind, election voter turnout was like unusually low, which is at just 30%. Keep in mind, the opposition leader, Juan Guaido, this is actually somebody that the Trump administration has gotten behind and acknowledged as the president of that country, even though he's not officially the president of that country. And he actually called for a boycott of the election. So I'm sure that contributed to it. I'm sure also the devastation of the country itself and its economy contributed to it. The reason why a lot of people want Maduro out of that is because the country itself has been, their currency is like worth shit. and people are struggling to even be able to buy stuff. Like there's almost like not enough money. It's so the money's so worthless. It's almost not enough money for people to have, like that's printed out, whatever, for people to buy things or whatever. So that's happening. But Maduro is actually calling for Joe Biden to actually this basically to clean up the relationship between the U.S. and Venezuela by, like, dropping all sanctions and abandon the whole campaign to get Guaido into the presidency down there. So we'll see how that turns out. Green Wall and graduation. Report out in the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report, man. Rest in peace to Casey Christopher Goodson Jr. This is a 23-year-old black man that, man, I get tired of reporting this fuck shit. But this is a 23-year-old black man that was actually shot and killed outside of his home in Columbus, Ohio. Now, he was actually shot in the back 3 times by a Franklin County Sheriff's deputy. It is said that authorities were actually looking for a suspect in the area, and they found a man who was apparently waving a gun while driving by them. Now, Goodson's family says that he was actually he was eating a Subway sandwich, or he had a Subway sandwich, pardon me, and was returning home from the dentist, and ends up killed in front of his own fucking home. You have also, the family says that he had a concealed carry permit, and authorities are saying that they found the gun. Well, they didn't say where they found it from or whatever, but he did have that permit. Nevertheless, man, it just seems like it's no way that this man should have been killed, but more to reveal. We'll see how this all turns out. Green Wall and graduation. Damn. Report out in the world, though, the Bishop Grady letting y'all know what the fuck going on for this Black Fox News report. So on Friday, well, just in general, there's actually been a series of direct action that has been launched by indigenous people, indigenous leaders out there in Minnesota against Enbridge's Line 3 pipeline, which is actually set up to transfer 750,000 barrels of tar sands oils per day through the weak ecosystems around there, the already fragile ecosystems. It's going to it's said to endanger lakes, rivers, and rice beds. So you have Anishinaabe water protector Don Goodwin of the White Earth Reservation, who actually led a sit-in on Friday that straight up just blocked the construction of the pipeline. And Don Goodwin talking about, like, the treaties are the law of the land. This is said to be in violation of treaties that were signed between the indigenous people and the U.S. government in 1854, 1855, and 1867. So we will see how this turns out. They're also complaining about the fact that these workers are coming in here and could potentially, like, spread more COVID-19 in an area that's already